So Leeds finished a 2-2 here against Middlesbrough this evening. A very youthful Middlesbrough side. And what were your overall thoughts on the game?
Initially, it went as planned. We got in charge. We took control. We had hardened non-league footballers out there against young lads, and I initially thought it was going to be quite a comfortable game. But we know fine well from all the players we get from Middlesbrough, they're very committed, they're very disciplined, and they're good lads. And I thought second half they came right back into it, and it turned into a good end-to-end game.
Yeah, and obviously the start to the game, Middlesbrough had a couple of half chances, but Whitby taking a lead through Jake Hackett, and an excellent free kick there for him.
Yeah, good. He's got a great left foot on him, and he's whipped it in the top corner, and that'll do him the world of good. He's performed well in the first few games, and a man of the match and a goal tonight. So he'll take a lot of confidence from that, and in a good stead for the next few games.
Yeah, and the second goal from Marcus Giles, well, he must have played for him because he's a player that's worked really hard so far in pre-season and got his second goal as well.
Yeah, his training sessions have been sharp. Everything's been done with good intent, and I think his 3 performances so far have all been very good, high standard. So it's impressive, and if we can keep Marcus like that, and he can keep himself like that, he's a good player. You can see tonight, you've seen the other day, he's a strong, powerful lad that will cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, and obviously the fact that he's playing against a lot of academy players is always going to be energetic, and we saw throughout the first half Shane Bland a couple of times under real pressure, and eventually of course the penalty coming from that sort of scenario, but that was something I suppose you would have expected against a youthful team.
Yeah, they're going to move the ball well, and like I said a little bit earlier, the lads that we've had on loan, the players that we get from Middlesbrough, they're always of a really good attitude, and they hung in there a little bit at times. And then second half, I thought their athleticism shone out. We were getting behind them, and they were getting back, no problem. They were running past our defenders at the other end, past our midfielders. You could see they were young, fit, professional lads, and obviously our lads a little bit behind fitness-wise, but I thought football-wise, we just edged it, and we'll take a 2-2, but we would have liked to have took the victory.
Yeah, and the start of that second half as well, it really was one-way traffic at one point from Whitby, having a lot of possession, getting into good areas, just couldn't quite find that final product in the end.
Yeah, again, and just not enough aggression in the 18-yard box, and they've gone up set piece, which you would expect us to be dominant on, and heading and clearing. They've won the first header. I think they've had another shot and then stuck it away, so they were a little bit more powerful than us in the 18-yard box, which is not great, but it's early doors in pre-season.
Yeah, and then the Middlesbrough equaliser coming after they started to get grown to the second half a bit more. Decent bit of pressure hitting the post, of course, before that, a couple of decent chances, but it seemed a bit of a scrappy goal, and one that perhaps could have been avoided.
Yeah, like I said, you'd expect us to deal with that, but looking back at it, I think we only had really Johnny and Kevy of any great height on the pitch, so we were a bit vulnerable there, but they threw the bodies in the way a few times, which we always expect, and fair play to the Middlesbrough lad, he stuck it in the back of the net, which we could have done and made it a whole lot easier at the start of the second half.
And we already knew it was going to be a healthy crowd, and just short of 2,000 the end, and I'm sure as well you want to give a shout out to those Middlesbrough fans that have paid their money to come and help Whitby Town out essentially.
Yeah, I think they've came for a decent night out in Whitby, but I don't think they realise how much that helps us. That crowd on top of our supporters is huge for us. That's probably the biggest attendance I've seen here for a long time. So thanks to every one of them. That'll set us up nicely for the season, and they've seen a good game of football, and they've seen their young Middlesbrough team fight back hard, which they'll be happy with.
And just looking ahead now, back in action on Saturday, and a different type of game once again, Stockton Town, a place that's notoriously difficult to go to.
Yeah, I don't think we've beat them in the time I've been here, and I said that the other week against Bishops. We'll go there up against opposition that we know and we're used to, and it's about time we won there. Simple as. It's getting to the serious part of pre-season now, and it's about time we go there and put a show on to Stockton.
Yeah, and as well, of course, part of the planning, the fact he gets to play on artificial surface, because we've got quite a few coming up in the league season.
Yeah, that's one. It's an excellent club. It's a well-supported club, so we know we'll get a good crowd and looked after. 2, there's quite a few teams in this level now of them pitches, so yeah, we've got to go and play on them, and we train on them, but it's slightly different to going at match tempo on them.
Yeah, thank you much, Lee.